Okay, the entire gun prepping community needs to hear this right now. I don't know what I'm gonna call this video, but you do get that there was this thing called the 1800s, and in this thing called the 1800s, people lived without electricity, and they were all armed to the teeth, and society marched on. In fact, in New York, they were all packed on top of each other and starving to death. You know, go watch Gangs of New York and realize that that's a little bit much, but it's not too far off from the reality. If you don't live in an America that looks like that right now, it's because you are part of the people oppressing people, basically. Okay? Like, you never had a right to fucking not walk down the street without a gun. Basically, like, this is a whole thing in America. Like, it's not that, oh, those people have a right to accost you or whatever. No, but, like, this is the society that we have decided upon as one of freedom, not of tyranny. That means people are armed and they're walking the streets. And, you know, if you want to go out and walk the streets or whatever, it might behoove you to be armed. That's the way America used to be for a long goddamn time. And we didn't have electricity. I get that there are more people. I get that, oh, we have more guns. I get all of that. It changes nothing. You think that, like, people are just going to become zombies instantly? Like, maybe there's some movement that starts that is, you know, we're going to go fucking from house to house and get all the white people. That looks like it could be likely, to be honest. If that starts, that's a different scenario, right? But assuming that doesn't happen, I think the end of the world looks like really, really shitty economy. Maybe we get invaded. That would shake things up. But, you know, unless we get invaded or like Russia attacks the East Coast with a nuke or something like that. And even then, that wouldn't make us all start shooting each other. That would mean that we would have to get close together and forge a fucking sword to go kill those motherfuckers with. That's what America does, usually. Your idea of what will happen in the end of the world is a fucking joke. You know, maybe I'm unrealistic about how well people can get along. But, you know, small groups of people heavily armed have been deciding not to kill each other on the streets in Tulsa for like the last couple hundred years or whatever. I hadn't been here a couple hundred years. But like ever since we've been here, like we've had one fucking massacre, really? That's pretty good for as much of a crazy fucker. Sorry, as much as Tulsa's full of crazy armed fucks. If I could talk. I think that there's a big misunderstanding about how disorganized or whatever it would be without power. I think this country could use a few months without electricity. And yeah, there'll be some people die in that, and I feel bad about that, but like, we have a generation in this country that needs to know what it is to live without a fucking iPhone. We have a generation in this country that really needs to fucking learn how bad it can get. I'm sure there's some people going, well, you're part of that. Actually, no, I pretty much live in shit hits the fan usually by my own choice. I kind of like became a junkie. I'm an adrenaline junkie, and when I'm not doing that, I am a little bit of a fucking sadist, I guess. I like challenging myself to both like physical and mental things that like it doesn't matter to you. I'll be fine. I am a little crazy all the time. Should disturb you that I'm pretty much sane during the end of the world. But, you know, part of that's because in reality, I I hate our society to some extent. And I kind of like I want to go like live in a fucking cabin with a wood stove in Alaska. Maybe feed some wolves. I don't know. I think there'd be a whole bunch of people that had to get used to the idea of fucking it. Like just heating with wood. Or like huddling in blankets in your fucking hovel. Like honestly, that's my plan for fucking staying warm should we lose power. Is I have a fireplace and it needs to be swept. And until that could happen, I would be fucking like just wrapped in fucking blankets. Like it's not that hard to stay warm. Like you're in a house. Congratulations, you have like a bitch in survival shelter. Okay? And like this is where like you need to figure out a way to get heat in it. If you have the ability to add a wood stove to your life, I would do that. It provides a level of not giving a fuck. Anyway, I guess I'm of the opinion that people will figure it the fuck out even without electricity. In reality, there's gonna be a bunch of stupid people. People are too reliant on their cell phones. See you guys later.